Hey there. Today we are talking about how you can turn someday into today. So, four ways to turn your someday I'll make that happen into actually, I'm going to make these goals happen right now, this year, today. My name is Amanda Upton. I'm a self care coach, and I'm excited to walk you through these four ways to turn someday into today. So, when it comes to setting goals, what is the number one thing that stops you from reaching your goals? Do you lose steam when you realize you haven't made progress fast enough? Do you get easily sidetracked and just lose your focus? Do you see a goal and it's being so unattainable that you just stop trying and you give up? Or are your goals just too vague? And so it's hard to figure out what to do, when to do it, or why you're even doing this at all. Now, if you're anything like me, it might be like a mix of all four, right? So today we're going to talk about how can you bypass all of that and really stay clear on your goals and make your goals interesting, attainable, and something you enjoy working towards. Now, we often ascribe to a goal process. It's a very traditional process of setting a goal, getting really focused on the outcome. And then at some point, when we experience discomfort or a challenge, or we feel like we don't feel like working on it anymore, or there's a failure of some sort, we just fizzle. All of the energy and motivation that we felt around the goal fizzles out, and we just say, forget about it. And when this happens, our goals, they go lower and lower and lower on the priority list. And we start to say, someday I will do that. Someday I will get to it. But someday never appears on the calendar. It never shows up. And if we keep approaching our goals in this way and we keep just setting the goal, focusing on the outcome, and then fizzling out when it gets hard, we're never going to reach our goals. You're never going to reach the goals that matter to you if you keep going about it in this way. There's a whole nother approach I want to introduce you to. It's a powerful approach and it will help you move the needle on your goals. But I want to let you in on a secret. The reason that traditional goal process does not work, do you want to know why? It's because all of the energy and all of the effort is focused on the outcome. The process that will actually make a huge difference for you has to do with enjoying the journey, where it's not about reaching the goal and the result and the outcome, and it's instead all about the journey, the process. That's where you're going to find the most motivation, momentum, and the most joy in going after your goal. And you know what the best part is? When you focus on the journey, you focus on the process, you reach your goal faster. You have more success with your goal. So this year for 2022, I will invite you to try a new approach. Try this approach that I'm going to share with you today. These four ways to turn someday into today to help you make your goal more interesting, more attainable, and for you to have more success with your goal. So these four ways has everything to do with being intentional. Have you heard that term before? I'm sure you have. It's around a lot. That is all about turning your focus and your attention towards the thing that you are most interested in, the thing that matters to you the most. When we become intentional with any part of our life, that part of our life becomes more interesting. We put more energy into it. We relish in the experience of it. We delight in the opportunity to work on that part of our life when we make it intentional. And that's exactly what I'm going to invite you to do with your goals this year, is to make them more intentional. And when you do this, you know what happens? What's so special that happens is that you focus on that journey. You focus on delighting in the experience of working on your goals. So how do you turn your someday goals into, we're making this happen goals? Four ways. Way number one, the first way you're going to do this is you're going to write down your goal. And I don't want you to just write down any goal. I want you to get super, super, super specific here. I want you to write down a goal that matters to you. Now think about this for a few minutes and think, is this my goal or is this somebody else's goal? Why does this goal matter to me? What will it do for my life if I reach this goal? How will I know I have met success with this goal? How will I know I have achieved this goal? What will be different in my life if I achieve this goal? Write everything down that you can, and then summarize your goal into a few words. Post that goal on a sticky note, a piece of paper, put it around in your environment so that you see it. Put it as wallpaper on your phone so that you see it. Write down your goal and make sure you see it every single day. The second way to turn someday into today is to identify your milestones and your action steps. So break that big goal down into 5 action steps that will make it so much easier to achieve that big goal. So instead of focusing on the big goal, that big outcome, you're breaking it down into 5 chunks. 5 chunks is a great number to work with in terms of setting your milestones and your action steps. The third way to turn someday into today is to track your progress. This is huge. Every time you put effort into your goal, mark your calendar, create a spreadsheet, whatever you want to do that will make it fun and easy for you to track your progress. Make it so it's a visual thing. You can go in there every time you do your yoga practice, mark an X on your calendar. Every time you make yourself a nutritious snack, put a smiley face on your calendar. Whatever your goal is, anytime you work on your milestones, your action steps, put a mark on the calendar, celebrate it, track your progress. This is a huge way of being intentional and being in the journey of your goal. The fourth way to turn someday into today is to keep the big picture in mind. So as you're moving along in your goals, there are going to be a lot of other things that come into your field of view. There's going to be new opportunities. There's going to be shiny objects. There's going to be distractions. Along the way, keep the big picture in mind. When something comes in and asks something of you to turn away from your goal and towards the other thing, ask yourself, will this opportunity that is being presented to me, will this opportunity help me reach my goal? If the answer is yes, go towards that thing. If the answer is no, say, no, this isn't where my attention is going right now. This isn't the best fit for me. Stay focused on what you want. Stay focused on what matters to you. Keep that big picture in mind. Say no when you need to, and definitely say yes when you need to, because you know what? If you stay open to opportunities, there might be some really creative ways that come into your life that will help you achieve your goal in a way that maybe you hadn't thought of before. So four ways to bring your goals into today, into reality, to take someday to today. You're going to write down your goal. You're going to identify your milestones, your action steps. You're going to track your progress, and you're going to keep the big picture in mind. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. And trust me, it works. Now, if you want support with this type of work, I'm here for you. I've got an online retreat that will help you really identify, clarify, and bring your goals into life, bring them to reality, bring them into being. It is my Brave New Year retreat. And in this retreat, you get to do it at your own pace. You get to do it at home. You get to do it in your PJs where you're comfy and cozy. And you get a comprehensive workbook that will ask you lots of questions to help you get really clear on what you want this year, really help you get intentional with your goals. There's videos that will guide you. There are yoga practices, meditation practices. There's a community to be a part of, and there's a live group coaching call with me where I'll answer your questions and help you through whatever obstacles are getting in the way between you and your goals. So to get more information on that, go to bravenewyoga.com/retreat, and I look forward to seeing you there. Thanks so much for joining me. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below, and definitely subscribe. I'll see you next time.